Okay, I'm already into this hole, and what I've dug out here, it took me all day to dig out the other place. It's really nice and dry, and it's really easy. Down here, you can see it's clay, so I'm on the floor, so it's really good. So the clay goes in, the rock sits on top of it, all the sediment in amongst the rocks, which is really good. It's a lot of stone in it, and it goes all the way up the hill. Now, I could go left or right, but I'll keep following the clay because the stones sink down heavy, and I've just got to keep pulling these rocks out like so. Give them a clean up because the sapphire stick to them. See the mud on them like that, it's always good to give them a clean up. Don't just throw them over your shoulder, because that's how I found my first stone. It was actually stuck to a rock up there when I first come up here. There's a bit of an ant's nest here that's gone. I don't know, the old prospectors, they used to look at the ant's nest, and if they're seeing some little traces up on the surface that the ants are carted up, that would give them an indication that there's a bit of sapphire down there. But it's slow, you've got to clean all the rocks up, but I'm just going a little bit at a time, and I can dig this out, and it all comes out nice. It's all, well, compared to what we're doing, see, and you find these little pockets in here, just like the prospectors you hear them on TV. Now these little pockets, I've got all this wash stone, they call it wash because it's small, and this is the old way of doing it. People have tumblers and they just shovel it in the tumblers, which is a lot more efficient, very, very easy. Pick out anything that obviously doesn't look like a sapphire, but be careful because they're dirty and they come in all shapes, sizes and colours, and it wouldn't be the first time someone's thrown a 200 carat rock like that away and someone else has picked it up and it's worth a small fortune. So break it up a bit, dig in under here, look nice, get in around these rocks. That's all good in there, that looks nice, and just slowly, solid in places, pick out some of these rocks and throw them out, and then you can get out these, they call them billy boulders. Now clean that billy boulder off, make sure there's nothing stuck to it, throw it out, and behind this billy boulder there's some nice, they get stuck in around it, so there's a billy there, and this stuff here, look, see, oh that's beautiful. As you know, this is nice. And there's some really pretty rocks that come out here. There's a lot of quartz and stuff. It's all gem bearing, but oh, it's just coming out really easy. Like at the other place, it would take me nearly an hour to dig that much dirt out. It's just solid clay, more compacted. So once you've got a good little bit out, I'm being very careful because I'm just doing little bits. You dry sieve it, so come over here and then I get the sand out of it and carefully pick out any bits that obviously don't look like sand. See some of this stuff here, it's got a little stone in it. You don't throw that away because it's when it's wet it softens and anything that's obviously, but you know, a bit of a trained eye, you'll find sapphires in this sometimes. You'll see nice rocks, and what I do is I just have a squirt bottle on hand. If I see something that maybe looks a bit green black, just give it a little squirt just so you don't throw it away. And it's a bit of ironstone, there's a lot of ironstone, but it looks like sapphire too. But some of the spinel and black sapphire is quite easily discarded, so clay in there. So just quickly, or it depends on what pace you want to work at, you just, you know, the more of this you can get rid of, the less you have to worry about for the next stage. So you've got to be very careful. I mean, that's been a little bit risque, just grabbing handfuls like that and throwing it out, because you only want a small piece on there like that, and that can be, you know, that's a 1 or 2 carat stone, which, you know, like a tiny little bit like that you might disregard. Well, imagine that sitting on the top of a ring. I mean, it's quite chunky, so yeah, it's all careful. But once that's filled, I mean, and you've got out what you think has a bit of clay in there. But the rock's get embedded in that clay too, so I always keep that. See, there's a little bit in there, so if you threw that out, you wouldn't have known. And see, it shows up now. That could be, it's obviously not a sapphire, but that's how they do sit in that mud, and they can be very easily missed. And there's not much more than that, but when it's softened up, there you go. See, I softened that up, and there's another rock hidden inside of that. So, you know, it's easy to lose them. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I'll then put it in a bucket, and that'll go back to camp and get washed and screened again. So back down here, keep your water bottle on hand. I mean, you know, you do see them. So get back down onto that clay layer. So I'll get a couple of these billies out. I mean, that's all nice, all little tiny riverbed rocks. And that's just primo. People pay just for a bag of that $10, $20 in town and try their luck. But it's coming out all right, see? And these big fellas, I wouldn't mind finding one that big. Big fella's out the ceiling. Clean up. I mean, it is a hobby. You got to either like it or you don't. And up she goes with the rest. And then now behind that is some nice stone, some little rocks. I mean, there's occasions when a nice one will drop out and it's relatively clean. It'll just jump out at you. So it's a slow process. Here you go. No. Oh, it would have been nice if I could have found one while I'm videoing it, but yeah, no, that's about average. That's I don't know, so have to have a look at it under the torch and that, but it's got a bit of colour in it. Anyway, I'll keep digging, and if I find anything out of this hole, which I hope, I mean, you know, I could dig here for 3 days, I could dig here for 3 weeks, but the chance is if I do find a stone or several stones, I've dug them up and they'll be good quality. And then there's always the chance, this is Tomohawk Creek where they found some $1 million and $2 million stones, you know, and it's virgin ground. There's always a chance that, you know, who knows, I could dig up one of those. Anybody could, you know. Tourists come out here, I suppose I'm a bit of a tourist, but people come out here from overseas and have a scratch around and dig rocks up, and then people can come out here and dig for 3 weeks and not find a thing. So that's the way it goes, that's the fun, and as they say, ciao for now.